Hey there everyone, E3 2018 recently passed, and the general mood about how it went seems relatively consistent with people I've talked to. It was kind of blah. There weren't a lot of, if any, really wow moments, and very few, again, if any, surprises. The lackluster showing of 2018, which has been a growing theme over the last couple of years, got me really thinking about what E3 is for, and I started to really consider something. Do we even need E3? Let me start by saying that I love E3 as a concept. It's a chance for devs to take a prominent stage and discuss their newest creations. I love not only hearing about what's coming in the world of gaming, but I love hearing it from the people who are themselves responsible for those things. Often, creators of media stay hidden in the shadows and rarely get to take credit in person for what they and their teams work hard on. In addition, though, hearing about projects from people involved with those projects usually ends up feeling more passionate and genuine, and that always makes me more interested than feeling like someone is saying, "We made this game to make money, so buy it, please." It's also nice to see video games as a main attraction. Instead of a bunch of still images on websites, we get to see video games take the main stage and get treated like the amazing creations they are. Sure, we get hit with the cliches of an experience like no other, bigger than ever, or an awkward and overly complex theme or stage setup that overshadows the actual point of showing us video games. But once you get past that, we're usually treated with a slew of new and exciting games, though that's not always the case. Every year we watch as several of the highest tier developers show off their upcoming titles in an attempt to get us excited for the nearby future of gaming and separate us from our money. At the same time, they're also trying to outdo each other, with everyone claiming their games are bigger, better, and more spectacular in every way. They try to show us what's on the horizon in the years ahead. One problem I'm noticing though is that they keep showing us games from too far ahead, which doesn't sound like a problem at first, until you realize that during next year's E3, we're seeing the same games. Instead of the amazement that comes with seeing something new, we find ourselves saying more than a few times, "Oh, this again." Sure, we see new footage and image and details, but often it's little or nothing that we haven't already seen since the game was first announced, and that's due to the biggest issue of all regarding E3's importance. In the past, E3 was about showing off all your newest and best stuff to a public that didn't have a lot of opportunities to see this. Obviously, the internet has changed that, with news websites of every kind updating day to day, hour to hour, and even minute to minute. Still though, E3 was a chance for devs to give us new info directly. However, we receive those kinds of updates all year long. More and more frequently, developers from multiple levels of a game's creation regularly give us new information on social media, which not only informs us, the fans, but allows us to give direct input back to the devs themselves. Sometimes Q&As will be hosted by companies, allowing for even more transparency and visibility into a game's behind the scenes. One company, Nintendo, has even become known for giving us large blocks of information similar to E3 presentations multiple times a year through what they call Nintendo Directs. In fact, the past few years of E3 showings from them have been in pre-recorded videos that they could have easily shown us whenever they felt like. Others could easily begin to follow this example, which is something I bet fans would love to see. Personally, I'd love to see E3 be designated as the go-to moment for new showings, with year-round video packages offering updates, new footage, etc. I feel like that would be a more interesting and exciting information structure. E3 has always been a great opportunity for developers to expose the public to the future of gaming. Whether it's new games coming out, new systems to play them on, or new ways to play games entirely, it was a chance to be wowed by what was on the horizon in the world of video games and electronics. The problem now, though, is that we don't have to wait to get that information anymore, and we haven't had to for a while now. That reality makes me wonder if we even really need an event like this anymore. Maybe the information isn't the point, though. Maybe the point of E3 now is the spectacle, the pageantry. We can get the information whenever, so maybe the goal isn't the information itself. Instead, maybe the goal is to create a memorable setting that will keep people talking for the following year about that weird presentation by that company and, oh yeah, their game looks cool too. I don't know if that works or not, but for now I'm off to read more about that guy that played that Japanese shakuhachi flute. And oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima looks cool, right? I'd like to thank you all for listening to my thoughts on the idea of E3 as a whole. Let me know in the comments what you think about whether or not we need E3 or whether or not you just want E3. Also, feel free to check out some of my other discussion videos and let me know what you think about those. Thank you again for listening, have a great day, and happy gaming!